same thing.
All right, we are live now.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is fall. It is cold. Thanksgiving is coming, and we have our new little setup for Thanksgiving. I love it. Thank you to the girls that set it up for us. It looks beautiful. I love these. Don't you love these? They're so pretty. And they're $1 in the dollar store, guys. $1. Okay? So, anyway, I have a great lady here today, and you're not going to believe her name. Her name is Valentina.
Yes, it's true. I'm not sure I've met any other Valentina other than a small child Valentina. When I was growing up, there were no Valentinas. I'm very excited to meet another one.
So how did we meet? Because I always start the show with how did we meet?
Well, a little bit of a mystery. I'm not sure, but I know that there was one of my former students that was on your show, Umair, and he had contacted me to let me know that he was doing this and if I would, view, like, and share. And I said, of course. And somehow we, obviously connected on Facebook, and I've been following, and we do have, some mutual friends. And
so you called me, and I said,
yes.
How did you find me? And you said, I have to think about it.
Yes, totally not sure. But I do know when I see things that, Valentina, is involved in, I'm like, wow, this is terrific. And, somebody that I really want to meet, get to know, and get involved with as well in whatever way, possible. And this would be a great way. I like to talk to people, basically. So this is a great way to share and talk to as many people that want to listen to me. And they can turn me off if they don't want to listen to me.
Well, it's funny. We have a lot in common. Because if Greg was here right now, he would be like overwhelmed with two yappers, two speakers.
Yeah.
And he always says to me, can I say something?
Right.
Or,
Yeah,
so you'll meet Greg another time. He's not going to make it today.
I'm looking forward to meeting Greg.
We call Greg the Great Greg.
Right.
And I miss you, honey. So we'll see you probably on Thursday. Today's Monday, right? No,
today's Thursday.
See you Monday.
Yep.
Yes. So anyway, let's start first with today. Actually, you know what today is? National Forget-Me-Not Day.
Oh.
And that reminds Americans of the sacrifices that the returning soldiers made of body, blood, and limb.
Mm.
And it was created in 1921, and it was used to raise funds to provide services for the soldiers. Now, I didn't know that. Did you?
Absolutely not.
So,
and how did you remember all that?
Well, because I have it. I'm reading it.
Oh, okay.
I tell the truth. So. But the thing is if you go to National Day every day is something special.
Something, yes.
Lots of times it's food day, it's ice cream day. Tomorrow, though, is chocolate sundae day, guys. So tomorrow's a good day.
All right. So I know I feel like I'm just going to keep trying to interject here, right?
Okay, that's okay. You're allowed.
So coincidentally, when you talk about there's something every day. So when I was a teacher, one of the teachers would make announcements every day, and every day he would, announce what it was. Is it
okay. So you are used to that.
Chocolate cookie day, or puppy day, whatever. So you're right. I mean, of course, every day there's something to be celebrated, or there's a day for that.
And not only that, with Thanksgiving coming up, every day for the rest of the month, people should really be thinking about doing something kind, doing something nice. Something as simple as paying for the person in front of you on Burger King for a hamburger or whatever. There's so many people out there that are struggling. I mean, and just because somebody's smiling all the time
doesn't mean that there's no story behind them.
What they're really going through.
Everybody has a story. So, so what I'm in the process of doing right now is I am writing little notes, handwritten notes to my clients and customers, because this is the month of giving and being grateful. And I am so very grateful to, my clients, my customers that had, put their trust in me, and helping them in their real estate transactions.
Yes.
And
yeah.
I'm a big believer in being grateful and not taking anything for granted. And I'm always appreciative of the people in my life that have helped me to achieve my goals and get me where I am here. And I'm going to thank you now, Valentina, as well. And for that wonderful experience on Saturday.
Oh, God.
Thank you so much. Can we talk about that
Yes,
for a couple of
actually,
minutes?
Valentina is now did a short scene in
Yeah.
the Fontanas,
Yep.
the upcoming series that I'm going to be in, and she joined the cast.
Yes. Well, I hope they have me back.
They will. Jerry will have you back. Hopefully
Okay.
he's watching.
Okay. Hi, Jerry. I had such a great time. I was so fascinated by everything that goes on behind the scenes, something that's, new to me. And I love new things. So the Fontanas, about 4 brothers, right?
Yes.
You're the mama.
Yes.
And dysfunctional. But
Very.
But who isn't?
Well, especially, I hate to say it, but Italians are very loud and boisterous and love each other to death, but they do yell a lot.
Right. But that's just how we speak, though, right?
Right.
So, so that was a really great experience. I really enjoyed that.
And you
thank
didn't know a soul.
No.
But everybody was like family.
Yes.
It was unbelievable.
It did turn out that there were actually a couple of people that, so one of the one that plays the doctor used to work with my son.
Which is really unbelievable.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was somebody else there that is very good friends with one of my, a teacher that I used to work with.
So it's really a small world. And then we did have a bite to eat. Mm-hmm. And we ran into one of your students.
Yes. No, actually. So here's the thing. And I was just telling her that coincidentally, pretty much a lot of, you know what, if you don't talk to people, you kind of like, you don't know, right?
Exactly. If you don't ask, you don't know. If you don't, that's
right.
the way it is.
So I was sitting there and we're having a conversation and I'm like, it's pretty common that when I'm out, with my husband or whoever, that I usually will run into someone or that I think is familiar. So sure enough, no more than 5 minutes after I said that, we're in the diner in Floral Park and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, I know that guy. And maybe he'll be here one day, but he helps me in the real estate. He does clean outs. So if anybody needs someone to clean out your house and you got stuff you need to throw out, I got the guy.
So this is what I'm talking about, like I was trying to explain to you, live networking.
Uh-huh.
Normally we have another guest or two, but with the holidays and, a lot
I don't
of
mind
people
it being all
canceling.
about me.
No, I know, but I like to have a few guests, I'll tell you the truth.
You need a little
I'm happy
variety.
with you.
It's
Yeah,
all
I'm happy
right.
with
It's
you.
all right.
So let's talk about your agency, and it's called the
Keller
Williams,
yes.
which is amazing.
Landmark, yes.
It's a great real estate organization. I know that.
I will tell you. So my office is in Bayside. So I live in Queens. It's on Francis Lewis Boulevard, Keller Williams Landmark. Shout out to my team manager, my office manager, Gloria, and Lou, who is our head broker. And I want to just say that this is the most amazing office. I started there back in 2016 when I knew nothing. And they are the culture of the office. Everybody helps each other.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Right. Gary Keller believes, what? When we all work as a team, we can always just achieve so much more. Keller Williams is global. Literally, if anybody wants to, purchase something in Italy, let me know because we can get that done as well.
Which is really terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Our referral network, where all over. So not every office, can I say, with other real estate companies have the culture and the training. The training is second to none. Like every day in our office, they either have a guest, they have special topics, they, bring in people from all over to help us just become, better agents. to serve both our sellers, our buyers.
So you have a lot of sales
Yeah.
kind of guys come in and teach you tricks.
Well, yes, just to be more efficient, and especially like now with everybody talks about the market shifting. So we have our lenders. We have a team of lenders that we work with. They come in. They're watching the market, and and they're coming in and they're educating us and telling us what's going on out there, right? Because everybody's worried. So, and if there's anybody out there that is live and wants to reach out and ask me questions with respect to the market and what's happening, because everybody's like really scared and thinks that what happened in 2008 is going to happen again. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to happen. Okay, the market is not going to crash. What's happening is the market is normalizing. When we had these 2% rates, that was something that was a little like COVID. Who knew that that could happen? But now the market is shifting into what should be. So yeah, I could I can also bring back some of our lenders that can speak more
about each particular subject.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly, because they would be more well versed. But I will tell you that market's not going to crash.
Well,
There's always going to be buyers. What's happening is some of the buyers got weeded out, right? There were some buyers that were just looking to, but at the end of the day, if you were buying a house at at a 2% rate and you were paying above asking, you could have bought that house at a 5% rate at asking. It all works out in the end, but it created a frenzy.
Well, there was so much going on now,
right?
People freaking out, and then there's always those people that say they want the house and then keep you waiting.
Yeah.
How do you avoid that? Because it happened to me a long time ago, and it's like
my husband.
They held us up for a month and a half.
My husband tells me every day, I could never do what you do.
Well, you got to have a lot of patience.
Well, I did.
And long legs to climb up every house steps and everything else.
It's funny. One of my clients today happened to say to me, how do you do this? I could never do this. And I said, you know what? I don't know. I love it. I also believe that, I guess one of the reasons why, even as a teacher, right? I was a high school math teacher. Who likes doing that? And who likes math? Nobody. So I do, right? And there was maybe 2 kids in my class. So what do you do as a math teacher? You're putting on 5 shows a day, 5 days a week to a hostile audience, right? So, when you're, so you have to have a lot of patience to do that. And I feel like, with real estate, there's a lot of emotion involved with both sellers, with buyers. So you're kind of like their voice of reason, and just like you're helping these math students achieve their goals, whether it be to pass a Regents, to get an advanced diploma, you're helping these sellers and buyers, sell their homes, whether it was their childhood home, and you're helping these, buyers buy their, first home. It's a huge transaction, and it's scary. It's scary on the selling side. It's scary on the buying side. And I'm happy to just, be there, hold their hand, help them achieve their goals, just like I did as a teacher.
Well, it's almost, it's very similar when people are stressed to the max when they're selling their house.
Oh my goodness.
And buying a house.
Yep.
And it's like you're their, confidant.
That's it. Yes. And you have to be, and they have to trust you.
Yes.
So
definitely.
my line is value you can trust. So
that's a nice tag. I like that.
Yeah. You know what? Throughout my life, I had several transactions myself, and I was never, I never felt 100% confident in the licensed professionals, because I wasn't sure what the motive was, but I had to trust them, because I needed them, right? and I, in the back of my mind, I always, thought to myself, someday I think I want to do this because I want to be that realtor that I wanted. That,
yeah, maybe the one you didn't have,
Well, right. I always put myself in, whether it's a seller or a buyer, I always put myself, in their shoes. I'm pretty empathetic like that. I remembered in second grade, I learned treat others the way, right? The golden rule, you want to be treated. So,
well, that's a family thing too. That's what everything in life goes back to what your parents taught you. I hate to tell you.
Yes.
Even presidents say that.
Yes.
Presidents even say that when they're, I'm going back to basics.
You're a product of your environment.
Right. So guess who's watching and says hi to Valentina's? How cool is this? Paul Laudicano.
No, really?
The gentleman you met him.
Hi.
So you met him in the film the other day.
Yes. Hi.
And Susan and Jenny are watching.
Okay.
And we also have Paul again and Jerry Ferretti. They're trying to reach out to him. And Bob D'Amato. So, we have a little...
this is
little
great.
bit going. Did you try to share it?
Thank you. Yes, I think.
You did. So you should be live then.
Okay. Yes, here I am. Oh, yes, there I am.
Okay, so anyway, you were a teacher at Sewanaka for how many years?
Yes. Well, I started out in Astoria and I ended my career. I was at Sewanaka for 23 years. I have to tell you, teaching is, and I'm going to shout out to teachers, one of the most difficult jobs, dealing with not only, the students and doing, you're in this not for the money, you're in this for the passion, knowing that you can hopefully, influence, a child to become the best, version of themselves and achieve their goals again, and then there's, you're dealing with the parents and just what I was saying before, depending on the subject, it's difficult. It really is difficult, and they blame you for everything, and
the parents are tough.
Well, right, and the parents will tell you you don't know what you're doing, and the kids will tell you they don't understand anything, and you're just there every day trying.
But you lasted.
I did last, and it was one of, again, it's the best job, most gratifying, but
it's difficult, right?
Yeah, they say like within the first 5 years, most people will quit.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely.
But you got to think about that tenure and all those benefits you're going to get when you leave.
But you have to, every day can sometimes be an eternity. It's definitely difficult, and I feel teachers deserve a lot more credit. They're the thing that used to bother me the most is like, oh, you took this job because you have the summers off. You get out at 3:00, and when
that never ends. A teacher's job never ends.
When I first met my husband, he tried to tell me that, and we, and he stopped that really early, otherwise we wouldn't be married. But that's not it. We stay after school. We're giving kids extra help out of the goodness of our heart, because there's a test coming up. We're trying to help them. Again, it's just about getting them to where they want to be and where they need to be. But it's the summers. Most of the time, we have summer courses, remediation, so you always want to, do that as well, to help the students. But it's
grueling. But you did it, and now
I did.
You're doing what you wanted to do. You planned out your retirement, right?
I did.
Not everybody does that.
Oh, oops. Yes, I always planned. My goal was to retire in June of 2020, when I had 30 years in. I did not plan on a pandemic or, retiring during a pandemic, but I guess, life is what it is. So I had to have the experience of the remote teaching also, which was
did you like it?
No. It was awful.
I wouldn't have liked it.
It was awful. I mean, it's math, right? With math, you need to do, right? Just like if you're, playing an instrument, you're playing a sport, you're not going to get better at your sport or your instrument if you're, not practicing. With math, you can't do these things remotely. You need to, solve. You need to practice. And yes, and my goal was to get into real estate. I get back, something that I always had in the back of my mind. My dad actually had dabbled in real estate. So I don't know if that's what really got me into it.
Well, it got you into it. So now that you're into it, how long are you doing it?
I've been doing it since 2016. I mean, I was doing it part-time because I wanted to make sure that when I retired, this is what I wanted to do. And now I do it full-time, and I love, 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 love. And it's more about seeing the smiles on the faces. I can deal with the buyers, the sellers, their anger, their frustration, the this, the that. Again, because I was a high school teacher. But at the end, when we're all sitting at the closing table,
that's got to be the best, right?
Seeing their smiles, it's like one of the happiest days, and they're just so grateful. No matter what the road was to get there, you help them get there.
Yeah, it's got to be.
And it really, yes, it is. It is really wonderful. But I will tell you that I still have, passion, teaching is still.
Oh, definitely.
So I teach at St. John's, a couple days a week. That's where I went to school. So very different experience. High school, college.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So different. The kids are, please, thank you. They hold the door for you, At school sometimes
college is really that much better.
It's like, wow. I'm like, this is really.
So I guess people feel that when they see the differences, we did something right.
Yes,
because the college kids are more.
Yes, and I've run into some of my old students at St. John's, so that was really, that's gratifying. That's really nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when I do run into old students, wherever, and
Isn't
they
that
thank
always a
me.
thrill?
It's their again. It's all about I was able to make a difference for somebody, and I don't know, that just makes me happy.
Well, that's a lot of people.
Yes.
That's what this show's about: community, helping each other.
Yes, yep.
And that's really what we love about it, because it's just,
Yeah. I also volunteer in my community. Oh, here, let me give you some. Oh, I'll tell you some more fun stuff.
Well, I have something for you every day on the show. Everybody gets Italian bread.
Oh, yeah.
Because we believe in community.
Yes, community. Well,
and this is your little trick or treat bag. We had some left.
Goodness. Oh, I love it. See, great minds think alike, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, Keller Williams, best.
Oh, look at it! It's my name on it, guys. It says Valentina on it. Oh, God. I'm going to keep
Yes, well, it's yours, right? So
isn't that nice?
So I want you to know. So here's what I would do, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to show you everything, but just one thing. Like I started basically right in the midst of the pandemic. So everybody would always get a little sanitizer bottle.
Well, you need that,
right?
Unfortunately.
When I was, right. So, and because now, right, plastic bags, right? You have to pay for bags. You can't have bags. So this is where, I get the bag. Then
so funny, my book bag is similar.
Because we, everything is technology based now. So here's my pen, that with the little thing that you can, iPad or on your phone.
Oh, how nice.
So,
well, you give good gifts.
Well, then of course everybody has to have, a keychain, right?
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, so here, I don't know if it's okay, right?
What is that? Is that a bottle of wine?
No. Tito's.
Tito's, great.
So for those of you that know me, I do a little martini series.
Okay.
Tito's is my thing. I don't know why the Tito's brand hasn't been shipping me cases because I talk about them all the time. So again, during the the pandemic or within the last 2 years, there's this show, Stanley Tucci.
I love Stanley Tucci.
Searching for Italy, right?
Yes.
So I thought to myself, my husband and I, we like to go out. This is what we do. Like our kids are all adults. They're out, no grandchildren. So we like to eat and go out and drink. And we're always comparing, I am, the different martinis. But I only do straight Tito's. because I don't want all the sweet stuff because of the calories, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, I'll just take the calories and the alcohol. I'm not that I'm not endorsing alcohol or anything like that. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. But
Well, we like to have Tito's. so.
okay.
We all drink a drink with Tito's.
Okay, good. Well, Tito's, I hope you're out there. So
we'll be drinking
yes.
this for sure. Oh, and it has my name on it
Yes,
too.
it has your name on it too. So
That
I
is
would
great.
we would go to whatever different restaurants in town or wherever when we were on vacation. And I would have my husband do a little, quick clip of me, just, cheers to everybody and, where I am and here's my Tito's for today. And, so I had, searching for Tito's, Stanley
that's
had
good.
searching for Italy.
Yeah.
And I was like, searching for Tito's.
And I have at my events, drinks are called Valentinis.
Valentinis.
Yes, that's what I
Oh.
serve at my events.
You know what? I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Well, but it's actually my very good friend, Patricia.
We might have to do Valentini too.
Yeah, Patricia made that at my first event. And ever since then, we use it a lot. Yeah.
That is such a great idea.
Yeah.
Can I just bring up something that they're doing at Sewanaka in case anybody's interested?
because I'm involved.
Yes. So again, if whoever's out there, I'm still like Sewanaka High School is, it's my heart, right? Besides the fact that purple's my favorite color, so I try to, if anything that I could always give back, I'm happy to do that. It's like a family to me. So they're having a career day on November 29th, and Valentina, I'm going to be there, and Valentina is going to be there as well.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to be showing my book.
Yes,
And
we're going to have to
talking
talk
to-
about your book. Yes.
Talking to kids about their careers.
Yes, their careers, different careers, and you write resumes, right?
Right.
You help them with their resumes.
Right. Yeah, everything. I do it all.
Yes, Valentina does it all. This is, I think, another reason why we, I don't know, I guess connected, because
Yeah, we did, yeah.
I feel like, I have several jobs, a lot of interests.
And I do a lot of different things. too.
That's it. And I don't know if it's ADD, and which in my opinion is a gift. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But
ADD's better than OCD.
well, listen, we all have to have some letters of some kind, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you want to tell us about,
Yeah,
if
so-
anybody's interested, sorry, for Sewanaka.
What do they do? Yeah.
The career day, just reach out to myself
Both of
or
us?
you, either one. I mean, I'm really the liaison. I don't want you to be bombarded.
Yeah,
But
okay.
either way, I mean, it's great, and it's such a great opportunity for the students to meet, to have different ideas of things that they can do.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about
Yes,
it.
yes,
Definitely.
yes.
So
Excellent.
it'll be a great night. Plus, it's my husband graduated from Sewanaka.
Yes.
many years ago.
Yes, I wasn't there. then.
And I graduated from Floral Park
From
Memorial,
Floral
and I did this at Floral Park Memorial 4
Right.
months ago, which
Okay.
is how I met a few guests that were on the show also, other book authors. So, in any business, guys, networking is important. And that's why you need to go and buy this book for Christmas.
Yes.
It's called From Fire to Freedom, and it has stories of a lot of different people that lost their job because of their age and their intelligence. And that's what this book is about. It's a good price. It's $20. And I am having a luncheon next Wednesday in Floral Park.
I'm going to be there for sure.
Poppy's Place. And it's a great luncheon. It's only $25, including dessert, lunch, and it's a beautiful little spot if you want to have a party. So I'm excited about my luncheon next week. You have to let me know you're coming so we have enough food.
I'm going to be there.
And another thing with Thanksgiving coming, this is my first book. It's called In Love and Friendship. And it's about me and my best friend. I'll let you just look at the back. And we were younger there, as you can see. And a little girl named Nicole from Long Island, who we became a part of our life for about 3 years. And we helped her and her family figure out what to do. She needed hyperbaric oxygen to
I did
survive.
that.
Yes.
Was she in a chamber?
Yes. I was there watching her.
I had to do that too.
You're kidding.
Yes.
When?
I have so many stories.
When did you do that?
I did that it's about 6-7 years ago.
Why? What was your reason?
Okay, so I have so many stories. I'm actually a cancer survivor. from when I was in my 30s. So that's trauma one. And then about 7 or 8 years ago, from that, the radiation, I had what was known as radiation cystitis.
I never heard of that. Wow.
And the hyperbaric chamber,
Right.
I had to do that every day.
Yep, I know all about that.
For, it was like 40 treatments.
Wow.
And I have confinement issues. It was...
Well, I know all about it. I don't think I could ever get in one of those. I watched the little girl, but, I'm not a Slim Jim here.
Again, a lot of PTSD about a lot of... That was,
After the cancer?
Well, the cancer was over 20 years ago. So
Wow.
I'm always, thank you.
Thank God.
I didn't know that I would still be here. So I'm just trying to, I'm grateful for every day that God gives me. And when I wake up, I'm like, thank you. And this hyperbaric thing, it was from my radiation treatments.
That's terrible.
It came like 15 years after.
Later.
Yes. And it just it brought...
I never heard of it coming from radiation. Well, this little girl had it because she almost drowned.
Oh my
and
goodness.
she's still on it, believe it or not.
Oh.
But back then,
Right.
it wasn't covered. Was it covered when you had it?
It was.
You were lucky.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Did you have it in New Hyde Park on Lake over by Lake Road?
No, Winthrop.
Oh, okay.
Winthrop.
Well, this is a great book for anyone that has hyperbarics in their office, because this is a positive book that there's a good ending. So that's another thing I want to do, is try to get this in hyperbaric offices.
Yeah.
So I have so many plans. It's just like when you have so much to do.
A lot of thoughts, right?
Yeah, when you have a lot to do, sometimes you focus too much on everything, then you have to bring it down to one.
I know. And that's the way I am. I'm like thinking about this, and
but
I'm like,
it's women. Women are like that.
I figured, you know what? I'll try. And we'll see how
So what do you do? Are you a cook? What do you do in your hobbies?
So I do a lot of volunteer work in
that's like me.
Right, in my community. So like last night I was so I'm on my local community civic, and last night we gave an award to Cops of the Month.
Oh, that's a nice award.
Bravery and service. And so last night I was there for that. 2 weekends ago, right before, Halloween, we did a trunk or treat for our village.
That's funny. You do a lot of what we do.
Yes. Next week will be our meeting, and so we have, politicians come and, speak, and people get to ask questions.
That's terrific.
We try not, to cause too much.
So is it in Queens, this stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in my local community where I live.
How many people go?
Well, it depends on who our guests are.
Mm-hmm.
When we have politicians, big turnout.
Mm-hmm.
If something's going on in the neighborhood, always a big turnout. So our local precinct always comes and updates us. And
so I should come and do my book there someday.
Oh my goodness!
Get me a date.
Yes, 100%.
Because that would be good for the holidays. People buy books at holidays.
Yes.
One thing about...
Do you want to come on Wednesday?
I don't know if I could do it Wednesday, but soon. Yeah.
Okay. Because we won't have anything in December. We'll have a meeting in January.
All right. I'll check my calendar.
Okay.
But people buy books because there's always that extra little gift they don't know what to buy.
Yes.
So I'm hoping for a very good December.
Yes.
November, December. And everybody knows they just have to go to valentinajanik.com to see where you can purchase my book. And I always have them in the trunk. So, and my trunk is my office. So, as Greg calls it, he's like, I can't believe it, but it's neat now. He doesn't like my trunk. He says I have too much stuff in it.
In your what? In your trunk?
Trunk, yeah. But that's my office.
I got a problem with that too, because You know, between all my stuff, the open house things,
Well, when you're real estate, that's a big
There's
thing.
definitely a lot in all my bags, my goodies. You know, trying to keep it out of my house. It's in my trunk, and then it expands into my back seat.
Now, Ray Luisi is watching. He's Mr. Shub. He's a great performer.
Oh, I don't know
He
him.
plays great guitar and music, has a band.
Okay.
And he plays once a week at the bagel store and also at
Where's
the
the bagels?
American Grill, Palmer's. So I can give you that information.
Okay.
But Ray, you know, we're having a Thanksgiving show. Maybe you want to come down. We wouldn't mind if you came down on our Thanksgiving show. So let me know. It's the Monday before Thanksgiving. It's our last show for that week. And then we'll start back up again in December. So check it out. And so really, you do so much community. It's weird.
Yes.
I mean, you're really a lot like what we do here.
I know. And then now I got involved with you. And
Now you're going to be in the
it's the
Fontanas.
Fontanas. You know, I would love to come back here with, so I'm expanding my team. And I have a new team member. Her name is Denise. She's a stager. She does a lot of Long Island. She makes jewelry.
Oh, right.
So,
you can have her on too.
Yes. She'll come and show you some of her jewelry. I mean,
And
I think
that's a good time for now until the end of the year. Everybody's buying some.
That's
little
right.
extra things.
And everything is unique and handmade.
Right.
Yeah, and
That
beautiful.
makes a difference. It
Yes,
really does.
really beautiful. She does beautiful work.
I see you have a lot of delicate jewelry on. I love jewelry.
Well,
that's that stands for something. This
yes,
one?
everything.
I could tell.
Everything I wear, I've never taken this off since. Well, I mean, I've taken it off, but
Okay.
So my father died in 1998. He was my everything, my support, my strength, and this is his necklace, and I wear it every day. This, when I had cancer back in 2001, I did a pilgrimage to Medjugorje.
Oh, I've heard of that. My friend went.
Yes. So
You're some busy lady.
You know what? I didn't know if I was going to live. And I was a single parent. My son was 12. He was 10 when my father died. And that was like his dad. And so I did a pilgrimage with my mother and I took my son. And I bought the cross and this symbol from there. And it was blessed from
that's
there.
That's something you always have on. That's
Never take
very
off.
sweet. I like that.
When if I can keep going with more stories.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are your ears
yeah,
gonna bleed or somebody
Kathy just wrote in. She sells paparazzi jewelry.
Oh, okay.
She's on our show once in a blue moon. She'll probably be on for the holidays.
Okay. All right,
And
that's great.
so she's writing in saying hello.
Okay,
And
hi.
then the casual
I don't
crew.
know.
The casual crew
I don't.
are the kids that you met that videoed the movie. They're
Oh,
watching. Yes.
They were adorable.
Yeah, they're nice kids.
Yes, very, very nice.
They have an
Yes.
upcoming movie that they need people for, but it's upstate, so it's too far.
Oh.
For me to go, it's too far. It's 4 hours up, and you have to get up there.
Well, yeah,
and do a 4-hour stint. So for me,
and
it's too much.
right, but especially if that's
But
just
if it
going to
was
be
here,
for like a
yeah,
day.
it would, of course.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
No, sure.
So,
of
but we
course.
I'm part of the Per Semper Italian Sons and Daughters of Italy.
Okay,
And,
per sempre. Okay.
Yeah, so I do that once a
Okay.
month. So they
Right.
have a big fashion show coming up next week. But everything is hitting at the same time, so I don't know what I'm gonna
There's
go
a lot,
into.
right? There's a lot
This
going
is what
on.
happens in December. And then our friend, Bob D'Amato, will be playing on Thursday of next week at the View Grill Restaurant, which I told you is this fabulous restaurant in Glen Cove. And he'll be playing
Do they
there.
serve Cheetos?
Yes.
It's my only requirement.
And then Sunday, if you like Frank Sinatra, Jim Altamori is playing at the Adelphi University.
Okay.
And so I'll be there. I'm not sure who's going from the group, but
Okay.
that's another great thing. He's a member of the Breakfast Club. He lost his job
Is he really?
in construction 15 years ago. And he became part of our club and he used to sing for us.
Oh, I love that.
And that's how we did a lot of events with him. He lives in Malvern. So these are
Okay.
all things that are coming up. But most importantly, Eddie Sessa tonight is at Casariano.
Oh, Casariano.
Yes. And he's also tomorrow at Westbury Manor.
Right, Thursdays. They
And
have,
Fridays, right.
one of my friends, realtor friends, told me about Carrie. Hi, Carrie. about Casariano's.
Well, when you go there,
Yeah.
you tell me part of the Breakfast Club, you get 10% off your meal.
Oh.
So that's
Okay.
another plus that
There
you
you
get
go.
for being in the Breakfast Club.
Absolutely. There.
But most importantly, tomorrow night, Greg is going to be at the opera, and I will be there. And it's in Northport. It's November 11th, tomorrow night, 7:30. It's a small opera, but it is so sweet because it's not the whole opera story. Greg will introduce the singer in English and say, this is when Jose met Juanita and this happened, and explains the opera. And so it's maybe a 6-minute song, and you get to understand what's happening.
I'm
in the
not
opera.
sure that I could
Relate.
well, you know what? Opera, I think, is one of the only things that, like, music-wise, that I really
Don't relate to.
haven't been
I
able to
didn't-
delve.
Well, I didn't either. And
Yeah,
so,
until that?
well, the reason that we're doing this is because they came on our show.
Okay.
And then they fell in love with Greg, to tell you the truth.
Right.
And me, but
Okay.
more Greg.
Okay.
But I went already once with him, and I was so impressed. He's like a percent now doing it.
Well,
And
look,
it's-
I'm like I always try something. I love
Right.
trying new things. You know, anything. You never know, right?
Right. So tomorrow night, Greg will be the maitre d' over at the church is called St. Paul's Methodist Church on Main Street in Northport. We'll be there at 7:30. And the best part is it's only $10. Normally you pay $100 to see opera. And it's quite interesting. So I'm going tomorrow night.
Okay.
I don't go every time. I go every other time. And we have them as a client now at the show. And this is what I try to explain to people about networking. Not
Yes.
everybody understands what it's all about.
Well, I'm gonna have to, go back to Keller Williams and tell you about Gary Keller,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
My idol. His thing is and tells us your network is your net worth. So
Your network is your net worth. I like that.
yes, yep, that's Gary Keller.
Okay.
Makes
well, here
sense.
we have Lucia Love watching.
Okay.
She's one of the Fontanas.
Oh, really?
Thank you, Lucia. She sells beautiful soaps for the holidays.
Okay.
She'll be on for
So-
the holidays as well.
So we can have a little holiday show.
We're going
with
to,
a-
and then we're going to have like people selling little things.
Oh, that's great.
You have to come up with a date for that. So
Okay.
Lucia, put that on your calendar.
Love that.
Lucia plays quite a blonde beauty
Really?
in the Fontanas. She's a girlfriend of one of my sons,
Oh, can't.
and she's gorgeous.
Now, is that gonna air at any time?
It will, but we're probably going to have a friends and family night,
Okay.
and we may have it here.
Okay.
We may. I spoke to Greg
Because
about
a
it
few
already.
people asked me about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Good,
It's
good,
just it takes time till it gets all
Right.
in the right places. There's a lot of movie screenings going on.
good. Right.
So,
I'll
but
be waiting.
Jerry does a great job, and anybody can go to nyliff.com and see the great work that Jerry Ferretti does. And
Yeah.
look, I've been in 3 movies already, so.
And what about this place? Geez, this is like a really
Oh.
I had never heard of this.
Well, when you
until-
leave, they're all on the wall of all the things that are coming up.
Okay.
You can go to G's on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Greg is the owner of G's. He fancied this place up. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love this.
It really is. And Halloween, he just took the Halloween down, and now we will be Christmas. This place at Christmas is gorgeous.
Real, I can
And
imagine.
on weekends, there is live bands, live music, and this is available to rent. So you want to have a
For a
party,
party?
here, and it's great.
Love it.
And they do nice decorations. And you could bring in whatever you want, but of course you have to buy the
right.
cash, the bar, and he also does catering. So
Right.
it's up to you what kind of party you want. But there's been a wedding here, there's been communion here, there's all kinds of crazy events. The ones on the wall, they have some Spanish.
Do they have
music.
comedians? Do they have
Yes.
comedians
Yeah, a
here
little
and
bit of
stuff?
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Love it.
we're connected to comedians because
Right.
I worked at Governors for a while.
Oh. Right,
And some of
right.
them come on. As a matter of fact, we'll probably do that as part of our Christmas show or something.
Mhm.
We have performers, we have comedians, we have doctors, lawyers, real estate brokers, people that cook. We've had a cook on and made us some nice food. So from now until Christmas, we're hoping things are going to be
Right.
busy.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I can see that.
that's what we love to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we love to bring new people and partner. Like you said, you want to partner with your partners.
Yes.
Because then you get the whole show.
Yes.
Today you're lucky because we had a cancellation.
Right.
So normally you don't
So
have
you had to listen just to me.
But no, it was great. No, look, I like to do that for people.
No, it's I could talk. I mean, you could see I keep interrupting you. So,
No, it's all right.
I could come up with
That
a
doesn't
story.
offend me. We call that being a billboard. You want to bring up as much as you can so that somebody can connect with you on something.
Yes.
Well,
I have a lot of. I feel like it's very interesting, like life experiences.
Oh, that's very interesting.
And I wonder to myself, I don't know, like I was, married,
well,
got
you're on
divorced,
your second marriage, right?
Right. Raised my son from 9 months old, on my own, experienced great loss, when my father died.
And that's hard.
Then, cancer, and then there's always, things.
But you're positives. And, somebody that goes through those kinds of things, it's very hard
It could. I feel like life keeps trying to, take me down.
But you won't let it. No, people
I'm
like
if
us
I'm
don't.
going down, I'm going down fighting.
You could go down for like a day.
Yes.
Like I do sometimes. And
No, you
sleep
have
all
to.
day.
You need to give yourself a chance. This is what I've learned. It's like, okay, why is this happening to me? There's a reason for this, and what am I supposed to do with this?
Exactly.
So I have to give myself a time, to grieve, be sorry for myself, whatever, but you have to.
It's called a pity party.
Right.
24-hour, a 24-hour pity party.
You gotta pick up your, what is it called?
Pick yourself up.
Right.
Get
put
up,
on your
get dressed, show up.
Right.
Well, that's what this book is about. This book says in the
I
beginning.
love that title.
Get up, get dressed, show up. Never
I
give
love
up.
that. I love that. I love that. No, and that's, you can either crawl, into a corner, and woe is me, or you can go out and live life. And you know what? If it didn't get you, it's just going to make you stronger.
Well, every mistake you make is good.
Yeah.
In business, in personal, because you'll
Still
never
learning.
do it again.
Right. Well, if
And
you
trust
do
me,
it again, then it's a mistake.
I've made plenty of mistakes. Trust me.
If it was only one time, then it's a learning experience. But otherwise, it's it's a mistake if you do it again.
Yeah. So now, do you cook for Thanksgiving?
I am. Yes, we will
What?
cook. Yes. I do like. I used to cook a lot more, but I mean now we cook for the holidays. When people are coming over. But it's just myself and my husband now at home, so it's a lot easier to just.
Quiet then. It's just the two of you.
Well, we have 3 dogs. So,
I can never come to your house.
So
'Cause I
there's
have-
my other
yes.
passion. Okay,
3
rescues.
Oh my God!
I love them like they're my own. Well, they are mine, but I didn't bear them. But they're just they love you forever. Nobody is more excited to see me walk in the door than them. And you know what? When I have to share secrets with somebody,
You talk to the dog.
that's it. And they will not tell anybody.
Now, did your husband, new husband, like dogs?
Yes.
You're lucky.
Yes. Well, that was it. These are actually our dogs. I got these when
together.
Right. These are our kids. So when I first met him, I had a German Shepherd.
Oh, well, I don't care for it all.
Oh. She was my, after my cancer, I couldn't have kids. That was my baby girl.
Yeah, I understand.
So,
Yeah.
and that was, my son's sibling. So, and then when she passed, it took 3 dogs. But,
oh my
yeah.
goodness. So what are the types?
Well, they are, again, they're all rescues. So, my oldest, Michael. So their names are Michael, Molly, and Murphy.
Oh, the 3 M's.
Yes. Well, it started, Mandy was my German Shepherd, but she's the one that passed. So Michael is, because I did DNA on all of them. Michael is half husky, lab, and a little terrier. He's got a beard.
Ooh, that's a big dog.
He's about 40 pounds, but he's human. To me, they're all human. I swear they can't communicate and speak the same language, but they understand you. your every move, your habits, they're amazing. Molly, my second, is the token bitch in the house. My husband think it might be me, but it's Molly. So Molly is Whippet, Terrier.
Oh gosh.
And what's the other one? Like the Lhasa, well, whatever.
Lupulazza?
Yeah, well, no, like that. Yeah, thanks. It'll come to me. That's another thing. I have so many things in my head. And then Murphy is my special needs dog.
Aww.
And he takes Prozac. Really, I'm not kidding.
Well, my daughter gives the dog Prozac when I come because the dog hates me.
Oh.
Yeah, she has to give the dog Prozac.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Murphy is Pomeranian and also Dachshund. He's very long. He's orange. It's funny. They're all different colors, and I think it's beautiful how they all get along.
You love your dog. You do the dog photography?
No,
because they have a lot of those. We have a few of them in our.
Wait, how many things can I do? I can't do that.
I can't believe it. So you're committed to your dogs too.
I am. We can't go anywhere.
Food?
No. They get regular food, but
vacations are tough.
Well, my neighbors, God bless them, Mike and Melissa, we do not go anywhere. If my husband wants to do something or any plans, we have to check with them. There's nobody else I would trust.
To watch the dogs.
Right. We live next door. We have a gate. We share. They come in. And this way my dogs are home. They'll come. They'll stay. They hang out with them, and they're, still at home. So
that's unbelievable. So you really have a lot of hobbies.
I do. And something else, like, again, it's a passion, as far as, donating and supporting, like I donate to North Shore,
Animal League.
Yeah. Yes, monthly. So,
well, I think that's great. You're a very well-rounded person.
Yes.
You do a lot.
I do.
You remind me a little bit of me. So Valentina are a little
must be something with the name,
The only thing is the dog thing because I have asthma, so I can't.
Oh,
and when I am going to my daughter's now, she's like, you're staying in a hotel because I'm not dealing with the coughing and all that. I'm like, okay, I'll stay in a hotel.
My husband has asthma.
And it doesn't bother him?
Well, what happens to him is something with his, he's like, as long as he doesn't put his hands in his face after he's pet the dog and stuff like that, he's okay.
Well, once I touched a German Shepherd and touched my eye.
Oh.
Woo, what happened to me?
Yeah.
Forget about it. I'm very careful now. Because for me, I start wheezing and,
Yes.
It sucks.
Yeah, he's got his inhaler with him at all times. So,
okay. Well, I'm going to give you this too. This is Frank. He's another one of our great guys.
Okay.
He had to have a car accident.
Oh,
Frank from Frank's Fenders in New Hyde Park. Another great Italian.
Okay.
So, but I can imagine how much more you could do. So now you're getting involved with me and the Breakfast Club? Uh-oh.
Yes.
You're going to be doing more. I hate to tell you.
I just started playing pickleball.
Oh, God.
That's the other thing. I've been dying to play pickleball. Everybody I know that retired, well, I retired from... I quit one of my jobs. I'm not saying I'm retired, but I always, everybody's talking about pickleball. I have friends that...
People love it.
It has become such...
Very popular.
Yes, and living in Queens, it's very difficult to find a place, somebody to teach me.
And then be parking and all that.
Yes. So I found a place. Actually, it's here in West Hempstead.
There's a brand new place that just got built.
Pickleball Plus. Yes.
I want to have them on the show.
Okay, shout out to Pickleball Plus.
Yeah, I heard about it. I just haven't gotten over there to talk to them.
So I'm in a beginner league, and
good for you. Well, Patricia,
I love it. I'm not good at it.
A good friend of ours, Patricia, she loves pickleball.
Really?
We should hook you guys up together.
Yes.
To play together.
Yes, I would love. Right now, like I said, I'm involved with this, league. It'll be over in 2 weeks, but I want to do it more. I'm only doing it once a week. And, just like math, you need to practice to get good at it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm trying to get better at it.
So now we have all of your information on the...
oh, great.
But how do people reach you quickly,
Oh, cell is the only way you're going to reach me.
Cell phone.
My
So,
cell phone, yes, absolutely.
What is that number? It's up there, but let's repeat it.
718. Here it is.
There it is on my
718.
new bag that says Valentina.
Yes.
938-2989.
And you can always call the Keller Williams office in Bayside on Francis Lewis Boulevard. They know who I am there.
And you have a team, and you're the head chef?
Yes, I'm the team
You're
leader.
the big head chef.
I know. Would you believe?
That's great.
Yes.
So how many people are under you?
1, 2, 3, 4. And Denise is my newest, and I'm very excited to have her because, again, she's a professional stager. And she's
we'd like
handling,
to meet her too.
yes, and she's got a great background with builders and also like something her parents did growing up, so very experienced.
Great. Well, this has been a very informative show.
Well, I'm
happy to meet Valentina and really get to know you.
I cannot tell you how excited, thrilled, and honored I am that you asked me to do this.
Well, we're happy.
Are you
to
going to ask me back?
Yes, of
You
course.
promise?
Yes.
All right, I won't talk as much.
And you'll get to meet the great Greg.
I'll bring people, so you won't have to listen to just me and your ears bleed. My husband's usually, come on, Gracie, it's time to go.
It's like Grace. Yeah, Gracie. Like, right, exactly. They call me that sometimes, too.
Yes.
Well, today's show is being brought to us by Aura Pure Jewelers.
Oh, okay.
He's on Hempstead Turnpike in Franklin Square. You got to go see him.
I will.
Holiday needs. Tell him you know Valentina.
Anybody you know, I want to know.
And tell him you saw it on the show because he's a great supporter.
Yeah.
And you also need to go and see Angela at the Tranquility Spa.
Oh,
700 Franklin Avenue, Franklin Square. It's not top of the line, but it's top of the line.
Okay.
Prices are
Spa
very good. And we were just there, Susan and I, the other day because we were a little overtired.
Okay.
And I said, what do you think? And we went.
So where is your favorite martini that I should go to? Should we talk about that?
Actually, the favorite
other than here.
Well, yeah, Greg makes a good drink.
But is there
the grill, the View Grill, which I'll be at next Wednesday, next Thursday.
All right.
And also, actually, I'd have to say Potter's Pub.
Potter's Pub.
Yeah, they make a nice martini too.
All right.
But really, I like Cosmopolitans. So that's my drink.
If anybody wants me to try their martinis in any restaurants, whatever, my husband and I will be there
because you're an expert in martinis.
Well, I don't know if I'm an expert, but I know where there's good ones and some that I don't need to go back.
I believe that a Cosmo is a lady's drink. Yeah. And when I did turn 50 and change my life, I drank Cosmos.
I married an Irishman.
From then forward, I'm drinking Cosmos.
Yes, well, that's another thing. I never drank until I met my husband. So.
Oh, well, he's a bad influence on you then.
Right. It was time for me. My son was 19.
You changed.
It was time.
You had obviously
I had a lot of responsibility.
Troubled marriage.
Yes, yeah.
You had troubled health.
Right.
And now you have a great marriage.
Now I'm
You got 3 big dogs, which I give you a lot of credit for. That
one of them is big. The other 2 are like...
And the 3 M's.
Yes.
And you have a great life, and you're now retired and doing what you wanted to do.
Yes.
What better is that? Real estate.
I love it.
That's great.
I absolutely have a great passion, and if you want somebody that you can trust, value, it's me.
And she is good, and I recommend her totally.
Thank you.
She's got my name.
You know what?
Okay?
And Valentina, discount supply if they're coming from you.
I already know all about that. I have a few real estates that I help.
Oh.
So I know about them.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter because we're all here to help each other.
You know what? It's a big country.
I want you to meet Ed Sveck.
Okay.
He's one of my main spots here.
There's a lot of real estate out there. There's plenty for all of us.
Exactly. He's the type that, let's do something together.
Yes.
That's it. I have learned so much from
Team.
him. All Island Realty, Garden City. So,
great.
And he treats us great. We have some great jackets that he bought us. And
so I should buy jackets
now?
No.
The jackets never fit me. They're always too small. But, no, you don't have to do anything like that. We just want you to be part of the group. That's all. And we're going to be doing a Friendsgiving event.
Okay.
Coming up, and I'll let you know about it. And that'll be happening between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Okay.
So this is our time, twice a week. Mondays at 12, Thursdays at 5. Whoever wants to check it out, go to our website, LongIslandBreakfastClubShow.com.
Where does the Breakfast Club come? Like, where did that name come from, if you don't mind me asking?
It came from being thrown out of a diner. Because we used to meet in diners.
This is I love that.
And we used to travel like gypsies.
Right. To different.
In my very old jalopy car, which I now have a nice car because of Greg.
Well deserved.
He actually helped me out by teaching me how to lease a car.
Right.
And we were thrown out of the diner on 110.
Okay.
The man is now dead and deceased.
Oh.
And his
Because of
picture's
you?
on the wall. No.
Oh.
But I went over. I wanted to go over and tell the people. I go, you related to the man on the picture? He said, yeah. I said, well, we were the people that he made us famous.
Right.
And that's how, that day when we got thrown out, we called the newspaper. The newspaper said, who are you?
Wow.
We looked at each other. We said, we're the Breakfast Club.
And
on that note,
there's a story.
there it is. That's